City people call it.
That's nice.
Because it's deep.
Yeah, I can imagine. By the name. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. The drive up was beautiful. Like, I actually really loved the scenery.
Drive up? Where did you?
Drive down. I always, you know, geography, geometry,
So, well,
it's all different.
you've never been to Long Island before, so, you know, you're so used to saying drive up because I assume you go to Vermont. Where are you going?
Massachusetts.
Up? Oh, okay.
Come on, that's like the hub of New England. Whatever. Getting into Game 1 on Town and City again. We're really liking Town and City today. Which I'm a fan of. It's a Smash 4 exclusive stage. Always love to see it.
Yeah. Oh, so here's the thing. Could you give any insight as to why this matchup is maybe not as bad as, you know, Pac-Man normally has to deal with at the top end?
Okay, well, so I actually can because I've had a lot of talks about this. There's a few reasons. One, obviously Hydrant is one of Pac-Man's best tools, and Diddy Kong surprisingly doesn't have too many moves that can just outright beat Hydrant. Sure, he can forward smash it, but like that's way too laggy to be safe. So his best option is going to be like down tilt it and then forward air it, and I think that breaks it. You see there, it had already taken some damage, so you can down tilt it there. Hydrant takes 13% for those of you who don't know, and then it breaks. So that's one big thing. The other thing is that unlike characters like Bayonetta with her back air and Cloud with his everything, Pac-Man doesn't get boxed out by Diddy as much. Forward air is always a problem because Diddy's forward air is massive, but behind the Hydrant, forward air isn't nearly as big a threat because it doesn't break it immediately like Cloud's forward air. So all of those combined give Diddy kind of a hard time breaking into Pac-Man's zone. And then off stage, Pac-Man's Nair and even Hydrant can cause Diddy trouble while he's charging barrels. So all of that in conjunction with Pac-Man's kind of good survivability as long as he doesn't get down tilted, which again, Trampoline and Hydrant mitigate that option a little bit. Make it so that Pac-Man has a good time against Diddy in general.
Yeah, that isn't necessarily the exact story we're seeing here, though. Sinji having taken a lot of percent, 113 already, whereas Uno has Hydrant's even helping him getting places. And Sinji's kind of poking away at him right now. The thing is that, like one of the things, the way that Sinji plays, he's very setup-based.
Yeah.
He'll spend all of his time getting setups, and he's been eating a lot of damage, but when, like, one of those setups work, it does, like, 40, 50
Yeah, absolutely. Sinji, of all of the top Pac-Mans, of who there are a few, or Pac-Men, I guess, of who there are a few. Thank you. He really does live and die by the setup. Okay, good grab. What's he gonna do here? Nothing. Oh, wow!
Nothing? Did you call that nothing?
Well, you know what? Sinji proving me wrong. Yeah, no. In general, he does seem to live and die by the setup, and if that means he's taking 100% and then taking the stock first, then so be it.
Where's he going?
Yeah, I always like when the Pac-Man player jumps on the Hydrant like multiple times. You're like, oh, where's he going? And that's another good thing. Diddy Kong oftentimes likes to attack your shield, and a lot of characters, they don't really have a lot of good ways to deal with Diddy Kong's like down tilt on shield. Pac-Man, however, he does technically have a frame 1 option out of shield, which is up B because the trampoline itself comes out frame 1, the attack comes out frame 3 or 5, I don't remember which.
Yeah, but one of the nice things about that move is, if you didn't know this, it not only does it beat shield, and not only does it beat attacks, it beats invincibility. If you are invincible and you go on that trampoline, guess what? No, you're not invincible.
Exactly.
You're just in the air.
And because the trampoline comes out frame 1, you're automatically getting hit by that trampoline, even if you're in shield. So Pac-Man does have that option as well against Diddy Kong. Oh, great up B. The running up B gave him a little bit of a horizontal distance. And now, Sinji looking for the kill here. Ooh.
Sinji finally getting back down to the ground. That's 124%. But on Town and City with those smaller blast zones and the fact that, like, this is the thing. Although, yeah, there's 124% on Diddy Kong, that basically just means that now Sinji has to go for his, like, setups that would kill at 124%. Like, there isn't that much that's actually changed.
Yeah, you saw right there. He tried to do the Hydrant into using the trampoline to get Uno out of shield, but it didn't work. That up tilt not gonna, up air not gonna do it.
Sinji now once again just gonna take a breather, get that fruit going, He's throwing out all of these projectiles, and this is the point where I will point out the clock. I don't think it will become necessary, but there will be a certain point where, especially if Sinji continues to play this patient game, that Uno has to approach him. Uno will be forced to approach, will be forced to deal with him in some way. Oh, reading the air dodge, but actually that was... I'm sure there must have been some way for him to get the kill if he wanted to hard commit to that. But as it stands, barely dodging that up smash, and now all of a sudden these guys are both at last hit.
Yeah, this is really close. Oh, that key, it is going to break Hydrant on the first hit. Oh, wow. Okay, so right there, that orange was not safe on shield. Uno probably doesn't know the matchup well enough to know that, because honestly, like, that's such a niche option anyways. Backer going to trade? Yes, that's going to do it.
Oh, and you see Uno reeling back, and Sinji giving a little bit of a, like, just breathing out, you know? And
Yeah.
that's a lot of what playing Pac-Man is like.
It's holding your breath for 6 minutes.
Holding your breath. And then finally you get, like, the apple at 150, and you're like, yeah. But, so Uno definitely played the beginning of that game well. But the fact that Sinji, at the end especially, I felt like he knew what he was doing, and any damage that he was taking was like, almost felt like he's like, I will take this damage because I can.
Yeah. At some point,
Like he was not dying.
At some point, you have to just accept that you're at a death percent to all of Diddy Kong's like big stuff. So now you're focusing on how you can get the kill before he gets his. Once again, this whole first stock is, I think, the most important part of this matchup.
The funny thing about that, I used to think that as well, but Sinji, over the course of the past, year or so, it used to be that if you took the first stock against Sinji, congratulations, you just beat Sinji. But then he started to play so fantastically from behind.
But
To the point where now, if he loses the first stock, it doesn't really matter that.
So here's the thing. I think it actually works in a way that it's not important to take the first stock against Sinji, but if he takes the first stock against you, then you have problems. Because a character like Pacman, he's gonna have trouble killing regardless. Whereas for you, you might not have trouble killing at first, but if Pacman gets the lead and decides he wants to play campy and defensive, more importantly, then you're gonna have a hard time.
And also, it's one of those interesting things where when you see players who, when you see the normal timeout characters, Sonic, Bayonetta in some respect.
Wii Fit even.
Wii Fit. A lot of them are like, oh, let me, run away.
Yeah.
That's my game plan, is run away. When Sinji, he doesn't run away. Whenever he's going to project projectile, it's always calculated. It's not that, he's like, I'm going to eat up these, 30 seconds of the clock. It's that I need these 30 seconds on the clock in order to, get my thing started.
Absolutely right. Right there, the key was the item that he wanted. It's not like...
Well, not even that, because he also had to place the hydrant there first.
Uh-huh.
And when you cycle through all of that, that was almost 6 seconds at least.
Oh, for
of
sure.
setup for 12 damage.
That's how it is playing Pac-Man. Oh, tried to get that the bell up on the top platform, but he's not going to. Once again, Sinji has a little bit of a lead here. Not going to be too proud of it yet. I think he's going to be looking, obviously, to get that first stock. How he's going to get it, though, is a little bit tough. He might be going for forward air to key. That's a big option.
Yeah.
Pac-Man likes to...
Well, oh, no.
He did the kick, yeah.
He did the kick. Definitely did not want to drop a stock like that against Sinji. You were talking about how when you drop the first stock, it becomes so much harder. Not only did he drop the first stock, but he just gave it away.
Yeah, that was really a charity for Sinji. Salvation Army stocks going out from Uno. Now, Uno is by no means out of this. It just simply is significantly harder.
Yeah. And the fact that now we're about to have 3 minutes on the clock, and I would say the timer is relevant.
Yes.
Because Sinji can continue to play this, let me get my projectiles off stage, let me just do all this stalling stuff that isn't necessarily, it's not like it's malicious, he's trying to wind down the clock. But by the time that, especially if he gets a little more damage on him, by the time that this stock is taken out of the picture, we might be looking at 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Oh, goes for the up tilt there. Really common kind of combo continuer is that up tilt on the platform. It'll catch your air dodge if you do it too early. However, Uno not going to get caught by it there. Still, though, Sinji holding onto the stock, 153 full rage. And the Hydrant saving him from near death. Uno could have yoked him into the blast zone with the forward air, or with the forward throw, but he did not.
He wanted that pummel, but that pummel gave the water a chance to come and clutch for its master. And now there's 50% already onto Uno, and Sinji is still looking, honestly, I'd call it healthy. Healthy at 167%.
As healthy as one can be. And now you see the clock has winded down below the 2-minute mark. That means we've used 4 minutes, 2/3 of the entire game, and Sinji's still on one of his stocks, but that was so smart from Uno going that deep to get that kill.
It was smart, but also very risky.
Oh, well.
I think the thing is, I think that Sinji had sort of not been expecting him to commit to something that deep, considering the way that he was playing before that.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
And I mean, like, I feel like Sinji does expect people to go deep when they're desperate, but he had been, like, holding onto that card for so long.
Not going to get the bell. Oh, that's a forward smash. Yeah.
And there it is. We actually won't be having time as an effect. It will just be Sinji taking it 2-0 with a clean bell to forward smash.